Maleficent, Mistress of Evil stars Angelina Jolie, Eli Fanning, Sam Riley, Ed Shriekin, Chiwetel Ejiofor, as well as Michelle Pfeiffer. So what is this about? Well, it's a sequel to Maleficent, the movie that not a lot of people thought we were going to get. It's basically the Sleeping Beauty of, let's look at the bad person, the bad woman, the bad witch who cursed Sleeping Beauty, and now it's kind of make her the good guy, and that's what the first Maleficent about. And I don't think that's why a lot of people didn't like that one, because it switched the origin story so much in Sleeping Beauty that they're like, ooh, we weren't expecting this at all. But Maleficent 2 expands that lore of who is Maleficent? Are there more of them? Who is this new kingdom? Is Alora, yes, Alora, our Eli Fanning character, going to marry this prince? And are those forests doomed for eternity because Michelle Pfeiffer is the bad queen and doesn't like fairies or magical stuff at all? So, what I like about this movie, Angelina Jolie steals the show again. Great acting. I like the special effects in this. It looks colorful. It's beautiful. It's a nice kids movie, which is a positive and negative for the actual PG rating, though. However, it is a 2-hour movie. It does get a little long in some spots, but like I said, it looks good. The story's actually intriguing of who Maleficent is and how they go back of, like, are there more of her? Where are they? Kind of felt like a How to Train Your Dragon 3 of, like, all the dragons going to another spot on the island. So there's a kind of similarities with that as well. But Maleficent, good acting, like I said, good editing, good direction. I did like the special effects and how they're going into, because this was like a mix to me of Lord of the Rings and Avatar. I was getting the Lord of the Rings Avatar feel throughout this movie, but it is an intriguing premise of what Maleficent is, the Sleeping Beauty storyline, and how they expand it to make it a little more bigger. And I think it is brave to do this. I know brave encourages the weird thing, but I think it's brave for Disney to actually say, you know what, we have this Sleeping Beauty storyline, but we're going to mix it up completely and bring in the Phoenix and bring in other stuff to actually what she is. And you know what? You know the cartoon, but we're going to expand this because not a lot of movies do this. You know, Snow White, they've done it. And, you know, I doubt they're going to do it with Little Mermaid. And whether do they have out there Dumbo? Of course, they expanded that one because, I mean, Dumbo was literally a 70-minute movie. But they went a little bit too weird and Tim Burton. But Maleficent, it was a fine movie. The Bad, it was very long. Not very long. I just think they could have cut 15 minutes out. I understand what they're trying to do with explaining the back end or the middle part of who Angelina Jolie's character is, Maleficent, and if there are more of them. But it feels like it was a little bit too much information, and it did feel like, okay, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's get to these battles. And what's the forest doing? And what's Michelle Pfeiffer? And who's this little small creature in the dungeon? And what's he's doing with these flowers? So you're kind of like, we wanted the story to move along a little bit. But when it gets to the final, you know, battle, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, it is pretty cool to look at. Like I said, I enjoyed the whole Lord of the Rings feel. And it is a violent movie. Even though this is PG, there are some dark deaths in this movie. Even if, like, the fairies, the trees, the creatures, and human deaths, and the Maleficent characters' deaths. Like, people die in this movie. People do die. So it is a very strong PG movie. Like, I bet you was on the cusp. I mean, like, Pirates of the Caribbean is PG-13. Maleficent, it could be. You know, it's a little too. It is a little more on the kiddie side, more than Pirates of the Caribbean. But Maleficent, is it a travesty as some of these critics are saying? No. It's a fine sequel. They're trying to do something unique with the lore of Sleeping Beauty and trying to see the bad person. With 101 Dalmatians with Cruella de Vil, I wonder what they're going to do with Emma Stone in that one. If they're going to actually do more of the cartoon of 101 Dalmatians or kind of go the Maleficent route. But Maleficent, I think I gave the original one about a 60% as well. I think I could give this one a 60 as well. So, I kind of just gave you the score. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futon. It goes at 60%. So, see the critics' news scores it gave this film. So, you have critics of 40% with 235 of them, sorry. And the audience score, a 95% with 17,416. Here's critic consensus. While it's far from cursed, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, too rarely supports an impressive cast and visuals with enough magical storytelling to justify its existence. I kind of do. I mean, yes and no with the critic consensus. Yeah, the storytelling is kind of weak with they're trying to go in the war, and it's a little elongated in what they're trying to do. And I wish they did expand that as well. But will there be a sequel to this? I don't think so, unless someone from the creature side or human side really hates each other and something happens. But if it ends here, it's a good it's a bi-trilogy, bi-rilogy, but I don't know what you would call this because there's only two of them, and will they make a third one? I don't think so. But Maleficent, it's a fine time in the movies. Go see it. I think it hit over 100 million domestically. So if you haven't seen Maleficent, it's not as bad as what people say. If you just want a good time at the movies, a fun fantasy movie, this is for you. And I think it's better than Dark Crystal. So there's that. But do you agree with the 40, the 60, which could actually go to a 70 the more I think about it? But yeah, or the 95, chase out the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Blue Futon. I told you, Blue Futonians. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Like I said, I watched Maleficent a couple times. I could watch this a couple times. I do like the action sequences in this movie. So, I mean, kill me. I mean, it doesn't help that Angelina Jolie